I'm Dan Radford from EDEMO Electric Bikes. So you want to know what electric bike has the longest range? I'm going to give you a really rough way to calculate the range of any electric bike. Don't hold me to it, it really is rough. And then I'm going to suggest a bike which I think has the longest range on the market today. So when it comes to working out the actual range that you're going to get, I'm assuming that we've got an average size rider, we're doing relatively flat roads, we've got good temperature, all things are pretty average, there's no sort of extremes either way happening. We can really then probably assume that for a 500 watt hour battery, we're going to get 50 to 60 miles range out of it. Now, batteries on the bikes come in various sizes. Bosch do a 300 watt hour, they do a 400 watt hour, they do a 500 watt hour, and they've recently released a 625 watt hour bike, I think it is. Obviously you can combine together more than one battery, or you can carry more than one battery to get extra miles. But if you want a really rough estimate to work out how many miles you're going to get on one charge, then you want to be looking at the watt hours and dividing it by 10. So for example, a 500 watt hour bike is going to get you 50 miles. Now, reality of that is that you might find that you get 40, or you might find that you get 60. It really depends on how you ride that bike, but let's assume that it's all sort of average eco, all that sort of stuff to go with it. So literally divide the watt hours by 10, and that gives you a very, very rough estimate as to the mileage that you're going to get. So when it comes to the bike that on the market in the UK today that I think is going to get you the longest range, it's probably going to be something like a Muller Supercharger 2. Main reason I would probably choose that bike is it's got integrated into the frame two batteries, two 500 watt hour batteries, one in the top tube and one in the down tube. That gives us a total of 1,000 watt hours or a kilowatt hour. So it's capable of, using my rough estimation, around about 100 miles on one charge. I've ridden one before, and depending on the spec you go and where you're riding it, obviously, I've had it estimating me 140 miles on a single range. But equally, having said that, I've ridden it around the Lake District off-road, and my range has been more like 60 miles. It's been cold, it was wet, it was loose ground, I was a bit heavier at the time, so all of that actually sort of drove down the mileage you were going to get on it. But if you're really, really concerned about getting the maximum range out of your bike, I'd be saying looking at the type of tyres that you're running. So this one, it has a GX spec on it, so it's got some knobbly tyres which are suitable for off-road. I would go for the more smooth Moto X tyre that was on there. And the two batteries anyway, they're going to give you at least 100 miles of range. If that still isn't enough, then the batteries in bikes aren't normally completely fixed into them, so they will drop out. So as an example, all the Bosch battery bikes, it would be as simple as a key into here, turn, drop, and you'll be able to take out the entire battery. So if you wanted to do more miles, you could actually buy extra batteries and you could carry them with you. But don't forget that at that point you will be carrying more weight. So essentially you can do as many miles as you could possibly want. Most important, chargers though for electric bikes are reasonably lightweight. So they're a standard 3-pin into a domestic plug socket. And you can charge them up once you stop for coffee. So this bike would come with a fast charger because it's got a twin battery on it, so a 6-amp fast charger. So you could plug it in over lunchtime for an hour, and you could get maybe sort of 20 or 30% of the mileage back again. So that's at least sort of 30 miles over lunchtime from a quick charge. Hopefully that helps. If you want any more information, feel free to give me a call. I'll put my telephone number on the bottom, and also we'll have a contact us on the webpage. Thank you.